your rollies
and pop your Glocks or whatever.
pop your 40s. It's crime.
It's crime time. Man, that's what I'd like to colloquially be known as crime time from now on. Anyways, welcome to All Gas, No Trash, the Game Rage Music Podcast. Sidekick Josh here, Sideshow Josh here, along with main event Adam.
Yeah.
Adam might be converted into some sort of weird post World War II like fetishism.
Fuck, I don't know, dude. It's a hell of a thing to go to, and the weird thing is, so we're gonna be talking about PixelGrip, which is the show I went to at Catch One. But before we even get to that, we have to do all the promos and plugs and all that bullshit.
Indeed. So if you want to listen to more of Game Rage, more of your favorite content, all in one convenient location, you can visit our YouTube channel, Game Rage Magazine. Like, comment, and subscribe. Additionally, if you want to follow us on social media, you can follow us on Instagram at Game Rage Magazine. It's the same thing on TikTok. If you like Twitter/X, we're going to be at Game Rage Mag there. Also, if you like this podcast, you're listening to it now, you might as well follow Adam on Instagram at All Gas No Trash Official. If you like anime and manga from Japan, you can go follow our good buddy Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast and check out the Anime Syndicate podcast over on our YouTube channel. All right. I think that's the plugs done and out of the way.
Sweet.
So,
all right.
Adam went to the PixelGrip Show.
Right. So I haven't seen this band, I think, probably in 2 to 3 years. The last time that I had seen them was at this place called the Wayfair in Costa Mesa. And I have to say, man, that place did a real disservice to them as far as sound goes, because I could barely hear Miss Rita Lucia singing. So I don't know. Just overall, it didn't go very well. And also, I also had that weird experience of talking to her, and it was just like the weirdest fucking interaction ever. And I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I could make a first impression again, because that shit went awful. And like I said before, this is something I've talked about in previous episodes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I could tell like she's not really much of a social butterfly. More reserved, which is ironic because the way she projects herself on stage is
the opposite of that,
but also she's very open about sexuality and things like that. And, it's very funny seeing that and then meeting her in person and finding out she's the other way around. So I went to the show. It was at this place called Catch One over in Los Angeles, and I've never actually been to this venue before, but I have to say, man, this place is actually pretty fucking decent. And the only thing I could take away from it is it being my first time, I didn't know what the parking arrangement was like. So I ended up having to park a few city blocks away. What?
Like I can tag it in the location of this episode, so cool. That's it, right?
Right, yeah, it is.
Right.
So I ended up having parked a bit of a ways away. And that, I don't want to say it bit me in the ass, but I also don't know that area particularly well. So this thing started, or the doors open at 9 o'clock. So, and it probably ended, I think, at 1:30 or 2.
Okay.
So I go to the venue, and
obviously they weren't the only
no, they weren't
act, right?
I also didn't know how this shit worked because this thing has 4 different stages.
Goddamn.
Within the fucking building itself. So when I got in line, I was in the right line, right? But there was supposed to be an opening band. I didn't even know where the fuck it was supposed to be. So they let us in at 9:30 or some shit. And I'm like, what are they holding up because like the other band didn't show up? Because I go in, you go up these stairs, and you're greeted with like this bar within the first area, like walking up the stairs. And then you walk into the open doored areas, and there's like a dance floor. There's a giant like disco ball, and at the very end of it is like the stage, right? And then to the left is there's a bar, and I'm thinking, man, this I've never been to this place, and this place is pretty fucking all right. Like it looks great. Like there's like a checkered floor, there's a disco ball, and there's like seating all over the place. They have like VIP sitting, so you could sit while you watch the concert. So I'm sure that you have to pay a premium for that. But so I think the first thing, and this is going to detract from like the story itself, but I'm particularly fascinated by the fact that the promoter's name is Das Bunker, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but they have like the heraldic eagle from like the German German imagery and shit. And I was like, why the fuck does this always like happen in terms of like things that pertain to electronic music and shit? So I kind of like look into it, because not that PixelGrip is industrial music, or maybe they might be, I'm not sure, but they're more like on the electronic side as opposed to industrial. That's more like guitar riffs, and they don't have any of that. So, but specifically about the promoter themselves, like I always wondered why did they use German culture or German things from like World War I and World War II within their thing? And it's not a definitive answer, because there's numerous people talking about it through collegiate dissertations about the subject of industrial music, but they talk about it in different ways. Like, one, it's shock and awe to use that type of imagery, like iron crosses or the eagle, the German eagle I'm talking about.
Right.
It's also controlling imagery as well, like the way that MAGA used Pepe the Frog.
Yeah.
It's like taking that and recontextualizing it. It's also about modernism, how like the 20th century changed a lot of things, and we don't know if it's for the. Well, that's kind of like the critique that industrial music has, is if society's better for accelerating to the point that where we're at. And also it's like a thing of rebellion, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because it does seem like people within the industrial music scene would be in line with more progressive ideas about like gender, politics, like more on the liberal side and things like that. But also it's like about history itself. Like, this is who we were 100 years ago, or this is who we were 70 years ago. And it's like, we need to look to our past in order to look to the future. And then the music could be looking at the world through the lens of things that have happened in the past, and like maybe putting it like in a dystopian future, like, oh, we went too far with this one thing, and now this is how we ended up in a dystopian future.
Yeah, I am of the opinion that that type of usage of that kind of iconography or whatever is related to, alluding to Nazism or whatever. This is the ultimate form of rebellion, in my opinion. Like, what better way or extreme way to rebel against the thing that is the polar opposite of what you stand for than to take that imagery and use it and apply it to your thing, which is, again, like I said, the exact opposite of that. Because now you're taking that type of imagery, with like the red armband, like the shit they wear with like the hat, like the leather hats, and then the high boots and the red armbands and shit.
Yeah.
That's all like Nazi related, iconography or like symbolism, right? And so they're obviously opposed to those values and those things, because they essentially represent the opposite of that. So what better way to give the finger to the thing that you hate the most by taking their symbols and repurposing them to your agenda, which is in direct conflict or opposition to their own.
Yeah.
And it's also adding, like, again, the Nazism thing is looking at, it's like V for Vendetta shit, right? With that Norse Fire, government. It's like this high level order and extremism. Everything needs to be in order, no perversion, no sexuality, and you're taking their imagery not only and using it and hypersexualizing it, but you're also representing the values that they're opposed to. Mm-hmm. And so that's to me the ultimate form of rebellion, is to just give them the finger by literally taking their shit and going like, oh, you hate this? It'd be like, it's like Marilyn Manson taking the cross and turning it upside down and using that as iconography, and using Christian iconography in his in his musics and his symbolisms, because oh, you want me to be the Antichrist? Oh, cool. I'll be the best Antichrist you've ever fucking seen in your life. And I'll take your symbols and turn them to my will and use them in my own way to rebel against these things.
In addition to the Nazi shit.
Right, yeah. Right.
All done out of irony and satire.
Yes, right, yeah.
But to the person that is not nearly as perceptive, they would just take that at face value and not get the, like, more or less the message behind it.
Yeah, because people are stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing we've learned out of doing all this is most people are fucking stupid. Although people that listen to All Gas No Trash, they're likely in the top 10% of intelligence.
The big-brained gentlemen.
Big-brained individuals.
So I'm in the venue and I wait around 30 minutes.
Yeah.
An hour.
And nothing happens?
Nothing fucking happens. So then I'm like, oh shit.
Do you like hear in the other areas that shit's going on?
So there is something I think underneath that was going on because I could hear something. There was something percussive coming out under
from the floor,
from the dance floor. I'm like, it must be the fucking other band, but I didn't get to see them. So for 3 hours, dude,
Wait, you fucking sat there for 3 hours and they did nothing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
No. They had a DJ.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
right.
so there was a DJ
for 3 hours.
That was the person that was holding it down for 3 hours.
Damn.
Right? So there was nothing but like dark wave music, industrial, and I don't know what other genres were out there, but things that were melancholic, depressing, sad, or but the thing that was like really impressive about Catch One. I don't know, they didn't pay me to say this, but like the fucking sound system is pretty good in there. Like the bass, nice, dude, because the music that they were playing was like bass heavy.
Yeah.
You could feel that shit.
Oh, nice.
But it also didn't blow out the speakers. So I'm like, man, these things are holding up pretty all right. And this guy's playing bankroll songs that are probably putting a strain on the fucking speakers and shit. But they look like they held up. And I was kind of worried because it was probably like 9 or 10:30. I'm like, dude, there's only like 100 people or less than here. And then as the hours progressed until 12 o'clock or so, more people started to file in. And man, there were some fucking characters in this place, man.
Yeah.
I saw Big Boy from Power 106. He probably wasn't really him, but
looked like him.
There was a guy that was just like, doing the dance and everything. And he was like right in front of the stage. I'm like, holy shit, Big Boy's here. And then there was this guy that was doing more of like these slow like gyration of his hips and grabbing his arms and shit. And, he looked like Jacob Fatu, like a fit version of Jacob Fatu. So I'm like, dude, am I watching? Like, am I at fucking Bad Blood or whatever? So there was like a lot of Damian Priest looking motherfuckers with like the what is it, the undercut and like the ponytail at the end,
and the fucking eye makeup going around the eyeliner and shit.
And I'm pretty sure I saw like a fucking those people that end up on the Hollywood. Like the Man Chinese Theater, like the impersonators and shit.
Yeah.
I saw a very lean fucking Chris Jericho.
Oh, man.
And so I don't know, man. There was like a bunch of Rhea Ripleys with like their BDSM gear and shit. I was like, holy shit, dude. This is not typically a setting that I'd find myself in.
Yeah.
So I was just like taking it all in.
And so you're there wearing a hockey jersey.
I'm wearing a hockey jersey, but the funny thing. I mean, I was wearing all black, so at least I was like
blended in a little bit.
Something I dressed something of the part, but the one of the characters that stood out to me, and it was kind of cool because this is somebody that you wouldn't typically or seemingly wouldn't expect to be at this event. There was this girl with like she had it wasn't exactly booty shorts, but they were close to her cheeks. And she was just wearing Converse and shit, like white Converse, and she had like a Seattle Mariners jersey. I was like, wow. I never would have, like, looking at this girl, I never would have expected she would listen to this type of music. But she was on the dance floor, like, having a good time with everybody. And, so as the hours progressed, there was numerous people filing in. And, man, there was this one guy, I swear he was tweaking on fucking coke. Because I don't know why, but he was already sweating. And his dances were, like, jerky. And, like, he was moving real fast. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, the only way I could be really sure of the fact that he was on coke was if he was clenching his teeth.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was profusely sweating already and the thing had only been going for at least like an hour and a half, I was just like, what the fuck, dude? But Yeah, there were just like numerous characters, man. Like this is like the seedy underbelly of society, like the figures you probably don't typically see in real life or whatever. And I'm like, man, you don't. I'm not saying these people are bad or anything, but this is a big deal to people, right? Like this is to be involved in this like subculture. I mean, there was a guy. I don't know why, but he had. I don't even know if it's like Nordic armor or if it's. What the fuck it's about. But this guy had seemingly like a broken arm, right? But he had like this, what's like this dragon scale, like, it was like an arm band.
Oh, like scale mail?
Yeah.
Chain mail?
But it wasn't, it was like leather.
Oh,
and
okay.
it was, each individual piece was like covering his arm. Like, what the fuck is that all about? But
that's weird.
So then 12 o'clock rolls around, and so this is 3 hours, the fact that this event takes place. So I waited around for 3 hours with just getting brainwashed by fucking industrial music and how the end is near and we're all gonna die.
Let me ask this, right? So during that time, people are out there dancing and doing, because like, okay, here's the thing. Because I'm a fucking weirdo, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not like a dancer, so like I don't take you as being one that goes out there and dances.
Oh no, that was funny because so I was standing directly in the stage and I was just kind of I was just standing and staring at the lights.
Yeah.
And there was this like short 5 foot tall woman and she was doing like her electronic dancing.
Did she have the glow sticks on?
No, she didn't. Right. But she was like, she was just out of my line of sight, but I could see her. And then she started working her way towards me, and she ended up just like 45 degrees from like my right eye.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Am I getting courted? So I got scared, and I ended up going to the bathroom.
You're like, I gotta get out of here. I think this bitch is trying to hit on me. I gotta leave. I gotta run away.
So I ended up going to the bathroom and then relocating somewhere else. But man, just the cast of real fucking characters, man. Like, I think it's so cool that these people like abide by this like subculture and they want to dress and be the way they want to be. Cause like this is something I don't typically see. And this is a big deal to people. This is like a lifestyle for them. I'm like, cool, man. Like I get to be a part of this. And this is something interesting.
Man, I feel like I would have probably got stabbed. Like if I would have went, like I would have got stabbed because, like, you know me, I would have been wearing like I would have been wearing like the most bright, obnoxious fucking clothing.
Yeah.
I would have probably wore some Under Armour shit.
You would have been Shawn Michaels in WrestleMania 23.
I would wear all white. And I'd be fucking like, I'd be trying to praise the Lord, even though I don't believe in that, just to piss people off. Like,
so then we get to PixelGrip themselves performing, and dude, this was compared to the last time I saw them, which was at the Wayfair, and it's like a small, obscure fucking venue that I don't want to say it's not notable compared to other places. It is, or rather, it's not as notable compared to other places. But knowing that the sound system was better at this place, by the beginning of their set, that place was like jam-packed.
Yeah.
And I forgot what song they opened with, but fucking Rita came out, and like the dudes, Tyler Oman and Jonathan Freund, one was on the synthesizer, Tyler Oman was on the drums. And this is the first time I've seen them perform with a fucking drummer, because that guy, he is part of the band, but he wasn't part of the tour the last time I saw them. But Rita came out with this like real seductive walk towards the stage, and then it's starting to feel a little devious, and she starts like, you know, bobbing her fucking head, and the crowd starts getting into it, and then they just start going through their catalog of songs. And man, I swear to God, dude, like if I had a girlfriend, dude, I would not take my girlfriend to PixelGrip, because I was standing next to this couple, and this girl was fucking into it. Like I imagine she's into the band, right? Yeah. But the boyfriend also probably enjoys the band. But this girl was like taking photos of like Rita and video. And I'm like, dude, this girl might be having her gay or bisexual fucking awakening.
Maybe. And then turn her out, and then now you're a cuck to
you just like,
lesbian, man.
You set yourself up for failure, because you
fucked
brought your
up.
girlfriend out to see PixelGrip,
And now you turned her gay.
or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe the guy was brought out.
Oh man, and then damn.
Because I think I heard her say, "Oh, we want you to come home with us." Like, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Hey man, that's a prevalent. I don't know not what the word is. That's just a thing that happens in those types of deals, right? Is like
I don't know, but
that lifestyle that's what it's about.
I don't know.
It's like Katie going to Wasteland, right? Those people at Wasteland, dude, she gets hit up all the time about trying to do 3-ways and all kinds of shit, and she's like, "No, I'm good, you guys. I'll take a rain pass on that, please, thank you." Like, that's how it is.
I don't know. I think hearing that or whatever that person said, I'm just thinking, fuck, man. You just got your relationship exposed at this fucking show.
Hey man, but maybe that's what they're into. Maybe that's their whole relationship. Maybe they're in like an open relationship or whatever.
Maybe, but
I think those are doomed to failure. But whatever. That's your business. I don't care.
Yeah. And having heard, with the speakers, the speaker system at this place, Catch One, man, I finally got to hear what fucking Rita sounds like with real speakers, because they performed a song called Diamonds, which is closer to like the beginning of their career, right? And that one actually requires her to sing, as most of their songs are usually like grunting, yelling, or screaming or some shit. So I'm like, okay, dude, she actually has a fucking pretty decent voice. And I've only heard in one other song, or rather like the first time they performed, they did a cover of an Ace of Base song, the All That She Wants, or All That She Wants Is Another Baby.
Yeah.
But it was done in their style of music, and I'm like, damn, she has a pretty good voice, but I didn't really get to hear that go of me going to a concert of them, and I feel like I got a better idea of that. But man, I think Rita herself has become a better performer, because she seemed more timid in the other time that I saw them. Like she would talk, but it was like stammering over her words, and now she just eliminated that. She doesn't introduce the band or anything like that. They just get to the music and they go immediately to the next song. There's no interaction with the crowd, and whatever interaction she has with the crowd is like through the music, and it's through her dancing or whatever she does on stage. But
that's smart. That's the way to do it. Hide the negatives. If you can't fucking be not creative, what's the word, like charismatic on the mic to speak to the crowd or whatever, just eliminate it.
Yeah.
Hide the negatives, accentuate the positives.
Yeah. And one thing I have to add is that, not specifically about the band themselves, but just talking about things to compliment the band. Not compliment as in giving them a compliment, although I am giving a compliment, but talking about like the visuals for the band itself. They had like these it wasn't thermal vision, but it was obviously shots of like Rita, but it was like a loop of a video, but it was done in this weird coloring. It was like pink and blue, but it looked like thermal vision.
Okay.
And then, but it just added so much. And they didn't have that at the Wayfarer place, because I don't even think they could afford a fucking screen to put that up. So this place had a fucking LED board.
Oh, nice.
Lined up. And I'm like, this is fucking excellent, man. This is the band at its peak. This is cinema. This is fucking Kino.
Oh, yeah.
With the visuals and the music. And I was like, this is one of the best shows that I've been to this year. And of course, to escalate the sexual tension between the crowd and Rita Lucia, because people, I mean, dude, there was substances on the floor, and I don't know if it was sweat or fucking reproductive fluids, but everybody was fucking wet, man.
Sweat or jizz. It was one of the two. I'm not quite sure. Could have been Lady Spooge as well. Could have been some squirt. Who knows?
Yeah. To escalate further, so they ended up finishing their set. Everybody walks off stage, and then you get the bullshit thing about the encore.
Yeah.
The dudes come out, and then Rita Lucia is singing, I think this song called Play Noble, which is off their second album Arena, and she's just doing like the vocal part, and then they come out to Alpha Pussy, their for the last song, and she brings out, I don't know if she was a stripper or an exotic dancer, but it was this woman that had like the
that's the same thing, right?
Okay, but
like exotic dancer is just a fancier name for stripper.
There's a difference, because I know I might be seemingly splitting hairs, but there's probably a difference. I know there is.
No,
I'm trying to be respectful.
It's not. It is. That's the respectful name to call a stripper.
No.
Exotic dancer.
Okay, all right, fine.
It's a stripper. It's just a nice way to say it. Like they can't put stripper on their tax return, so they put exotic dancer.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't actually know if this woman was a stripper, but exotic dancer, because there's people that do the belly dancing and they can be considered exotic dancers. That's why I'm making the distinguishing factor between the two.
You're just saying that she wasn't naked.
Well, it did get to that point.
Okay, well then it's Jesus Christ. All right, whatever. Anyways,
okay,
so this stripper comes on stage.
Yes, there's Tim Burton. She has the Tim Burton Catwoman attire. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Who's the woman that Michelle Pfeiffer? Right?
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer. That version of Catwoman. So she has the attire, and man, people were losing their shit when they're standing in front of the stage, and then the exotic dancer goes down on her knees, and she's like gesturing with her tongue about licking Rita's pussy or whatever.
Oh man!
And I'm like, all right, people are gonna fucking coom their pants.
People started fucking on the floor right there.
I'm like, oh my god, people are gonna fuck. There's gonna be a massive fucking orgy.
Just an orgy,
yeah. Man, and then when they come to the stage, so before even that happens, when they get to the stage and they're walking through the back area, Rita's like holding her fucking ponytails, and I'm like, ooh. I know a lot of that'll interest a lot of people for numerous reasons. Yeah. But just the last song, dude. She was this exotic dancer was making her way across stage, and Rita was singing the words to Alpha Pussy and shit. And I'm pretty sure somebody had sex in the audience, based on how things played out. And
100%, that's a guarantee.
Because there's people already making out, and I'm like, all right, something's happening here. But overall, man, this is PixelGrip at their fucking best. Rita was excellent as far as vocals and just like commanding the stage and having this presence about her. And as I was saying before, man, like it seems like she's more confident in being a performer and just masking away the fact that she seems kind of like timid or shy, and just doing away with introducing themselves, and it just adds like a mystique or allure, right? So not even, you know who we are, you fuck with us,
you know what's up.
Yeah, you know what's up. And to have the full band, man, like to have real percussion added to their music, I think it added a great deal. It definitely filled out their live sound, as opposed to just having a beat machine and the synthesizer.
Right, yeah.
This was so much better. And then the visuals, man, the visuals on top of it was just off the charts. And I have to say, I think in 2025, PixelGrip is going to be the fucking band. Well, assuming that we have an album in 2025, like that's at the top of my list. Like I'm highly anticipating many good things happening to PixelGrip, but also anticipating their third album.
All right. Well, I'm telling you right now, the next show that they do, you need to just buy 2 tickets so I can go with you. All right.
All right. That's assuming that you can go.
Oh no, I'm gonna go. I will make it happen.
Yeah. All right.
Like it doesn't fucking matter. No matter the day of the week, I will fucking make it so.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, as long as it's not on like Katie's birthday or Chloe's birthday, then yes, I will be there.
I mean, the most meaningful, it'll be the most meaningful tour yet to this point, because it'll be their third album release or whatever. So, if there's a time to see them, it probably would be for that.
Yeah.
So, in grand scheme, dude, PixelGrip has it to fucking together. They know who they are. They make great fucking music, and they know how to present this project, which I think most bands can't do properly. And they fucking nailed all three, dude. They're like the trifecta of what a band should be.
Yeah.
And in 2025, man, this is their fucking year. I think this fucking album, whatever they're planning, especially with the new songs that they played, man, it's gonna be hot hot fucking sex on a record.
That's a great way to say it. Damn.
So
Well,
that wraps up Pixel Grip at Catch One. I have to say, man, Pixel Grip, Catch One, pretty fucking decent venue. With the exception that parking is not ideal. Still a great venue nonetheless. I would be curious to see if there's other shows I would want to go to experience the venue, not in a electronic music, industrial, dark wave type of shit. I just want to see what maybe a regular band sounds like at this place. Or yeah, I think I'm curious to see maybe if another band plays, if I can head out there and enjoy the venue for that show.
Yeah.
So that's more or less it. Don't know if I have anything else to add other than, I'll let Josh handle all the fucking promos and plugs.
yeah, exactly. So if you want to listen to more of our stuff, you can go to Game Rage Magazine on a good old place called YouTube. Everybody knows what the hell YouTube is. You can like, comment, and subscribe there and listen to all our good stuff. If you want to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, it's at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Follow this show at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. And if you want to follow our good buddy Frank, follow him on Instagram at anime_syndicate_podcast. All right, that does it for us. Shit, go have some fucking hot sex after listening to this now. And fucking enjoy yourselves, motherfuckers. You're welcome.